So at some point in your life, someone's going to ask you to take a photo of them with your phone, or you might want to get into photography as a hobby, but you don't understand the simple rules that go into making a good photo, like framing or lighting. My name is Geoff Stone. I take photos here for Lighting Studio GBC, and I'm going to teach you guys a few tips on how to take better photos for your phone and for your Instagram. So before you even do that, you want to go into your phone settings and turn on this 3x3 grid. The grid essentially shows the interesting points within the photo. So it's the framework for when you're setting up a shot. And it leads you into the first thing you would do when you're framing a photo, which is the rule of thirds. The rule of thirds is an idea that subconsciously our eyes go to these intersecting points. So the most interesting elements in the photo are at those intersecting points. So on the left photo there, you can see the building is on the left, and they have the New York City horizon on the bottom. And on the right, you can't see it here because of the lighting, but you have the surfer up top and the reflection here caused by the sun, and then they're facing this direction, so you have the horizon of the sea. This leads us into the next point, which is lead room. So the idea behind lead room is that when you're framing a subject and they're facing a certain direction, you want to leave a little bit of space in front of them to show movement. On the left, this photo is kind of awkward because like his arm is even cut off there, and all that stuff behind him is unneeded. On the right, this subject here, there's a little bit of space in front of him, just it kind of brings up the element of movement within the photo. The next tip is filling the frame. So sometimes all it takes to make a better photo is just zooming in on a subject. So on the left, they have all that unnecessary background space, and all they needed to do was bring out the subject, which is the dog, bigger, and you still kind of get the idea of where they're at. On the right here, it's not always the case. Here the subject is small, but the frame is filled with other interesting elements like the trees, the snow, and the building. The next tip is lighting. So the idea behind lighting, and the most important thing you want to remember, is putting the strongest light in front of the subject. So on the left, you can see she has this window bringing in a lot of natural light. And you can't see her face because the light is behind her. On the right, all she did was turn around and let the light shine on her face to bring out her identity and features. On the bottom, it's hard to tell, but she's in the same location, and all she did was step out from the sun and let the light shine on her for making a better photo. So, and having light on the subject isn't always the case. Sometimes it's not the identity of the subject that matters, but it's the artist or the photographer's idea behind it. So here it was the fact that the woman's pregnant. So it's always a choice. So when you're bringing it all together and you're taking a photo of someone in a location, first you want to find out where the light is coming from. So for here you have the lights above and the lights coming through the window. And then you want to find out where the most interesting place you can place the person in the frame. So in this photo, I saw that the light was coming in from the right here. So it would cast a shadow on the wall. So I placed the subject on the right and if you see, you add the rule of thirds here, you can see her head's at the top, her arms are at the bottom, and then that creates a symmetry on the left. So I'm hoping with these three tips, the rule of thirds, filling the frame, and putting the strongest light in front of the subject, you guys will be more confident taking photos in the future, and you might even pick up photography as a hobby because the camera on your phone is incredible. Thank you.